and welcome to Good Idea Videos. I'm Jordan Woolery.
I'm Christopher Stover.
And today we're going to be ranting.
Don't you love ranting?
Yeah, the thing that kind of gets your anger out over stuff that happened to you or someone else.
I mean, really, it's like you watch someone get in trouble and you expect them not to react.
Speaking of trouble, what happened at school last week?
We got our computers taken away, and apparently because 4 months ago I helped someone with their test, I got my computer taken away,
and then me, on the other hand, next thing you know, I just got it randomly.
Actually, they took both of our computers away for the same reason, because, I mean, that was 4 months ago, and they didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I even told Mr. Kindler.
Mm-hmm.
I really did tell Mr. Kindler that I helped test
Mr. Kindler,
test.
by the way, is our school principal, so that way you don't get confused.
But I even told Mr. Kindler, and I still got my computer taken away for distracting the class.
Yeah, if you were distracting the class, you would have been booted out of there a long time ago.
I mean, look at what happened today.
Oh,
Jordan.
yes, definitely, because of the fact that I was supposedly distracting the class when, like, the whole class was talking in general, and...
Spooning that comes out of your ear.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I was saying, so, basically, I was chatting with the rest of the class, you know, having a good time, because it wasn't that I wasn't wanting to do my schoolwork, it was
just kind of frustrating when you're waiting on the repairing startup or startup repair.
Or waiting for a quiz to be unlocked.
Yeah.
So, it was like we were sitting there talking in class, whatever, and, of course, the teacher's getting pissed off about it, too. I mean, it's like, when we're sitting there talking in the middle of class and, like, everyone else is doing it, she thinks that, you know, one person, either me or Kris or something like that, you know?
So, our teacher's name is Mrs. Furch, if you just so you know.
She's the wife of the local dentist, but
yeah,
like,
but
we
you
need
don't
to know
where,
that.
like you would know where we live anyway. Little town in Goldendale. But as we were saying, guess what happened next, Jordan? She got so pissed off, she took you down to the office.
Oh, yeah, like, what happened was that supposedly I was the cause of the problem. Like, I was the one, yeah, like,
I mean,
you and I.
And you know what? I refused to move from my seat. Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah, you did, but...
I just sat there. She was yelling straight at me, and I was like, well, fuck it.
And it was like, you know...
Or just like when Mrs. Maid told me to leave.
Oh, no, it's not... It's like when you were... It's like when they were talking, when they were just like, I'm not listening! So it's like, what's the point of you talking to me when I'm just sitting here like,
That face!
That's why they have an invention called ignoring, you know?
I know. I mean, I know it's not nice to ignore, but when they're pissing you off every other minute...
Just because, you know, you're getting distracted yourself or something that's like that, you know? Why? Why waste your breath? Why waste your air or something like that, you know? Why? Why waste it?
I know.
It's not going to get anything solved if you're going to be sitting here yelling at us, and it's just not going to solve anything, period, so...
Like, when your teacher takes away your computer in school, and that's all you got, and they expect you to learn something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like what happened today when, you know...
We finally got our computers back.
And when they, you know, they weren't working, they weren't the best.
I mean, they took forever to load after school, or after we got back from band.
Definitely. And it's like, when we're trying to work, and we know we're having issues, like, they expect us to always, like, in 5 seconds, be right there on the website, doing our work. But what happened last week, or something like that? Yeah, when we got our computers taken away, and all we had left was a book.
They gave us a book report. I mean, yeah, it's got history and Bible, but I'm not trying to learn everything from one little book with, like, 159 pages.
Exactly. It's like, there's no math.
And, I mean, they wouldn't even let us do math out of a packet or anything.
Yeah, it's like, we're stuck to this one book, and it's like, there's no educational value out of this whatsoever, and yet you're just wanting us to do this because you expect us to have gotten enough work done that we're, you know, after this book report, I don't know how else to quote it, and basically, you know, they expect you to learn stuff from it when you're doing your book report. It's like they expect you to do work at home, and it's like, we can't all do this. You know, we already have enough stuff that we have to do at home after school. So why do we need to have another thing? Yeah, it's like, why are you making such stupid decisions?
I mean, like, what was it? Half an hour ago we were mowing your lawn? Yard?
And it's like...
Remember when Mr. Kindler kicked us out of the cafeteria trying to eat lunch?
Oh, that's a great one. I remember the time when, on Thursday, we got back from band class, and we wanted to make lunch. It was It was Wednesday, excuse me, not Thursday. Thursday
Yeah,
we get
because
hot
Thursday's
lunch.
hot lunch.
Right. So on Wednesday we get back from band class and we go down to the cafeteria, or so-called the multi-purpose room, and we go down there to make our food. And in this case, we were making top ramen at the time.
Yep.
And we were sitting there about ready to use the microwave, or we were in the process of. No, we were actually.
Yeah, we were actually in the process of using them.
Yeah.
I remember.
And then Mr. Kindler comes in to check on everything. Once again, Mr. Kindler is the school principal. And when he comes in, he told us to cook our stuff down in our classroom because we had a perfectly good microwave down there.
But it's not as high. Well,
actually,
it still took longer. So we had to move everything back down to the classroom.
definitely.
And
another thing is that Mr. Kindler specifically told us, we were specifically told by Mr. Kindler to actually cook our stuff down in the multi-purpose room so as we do not distract the class. Well, since it was a dedicated lunch period, I mean, I can understand his concern for wanting to boot us out of there and then move us back down to the classroom. But then again, what were we told? We were told to eat our stuff down in the multi-purpose room. And was what I did for the longest of time. And
guess what? We got kicked out.
oh, yes.
Wait.
What was another rant that we were going to do? I don't remember about that.
But you know what? I'm so pissed off, I'm just gonna eat.
Good idea. And nothing better
than
than
some orange sherbet.
What's another good thing that happened recently?
Oh, they thought we went down to the pizza place.
We were really ordering pizza down there.
Yes, let's just go order some pizza.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand your off-campus rules, like it's bad to go off-campus, but so we left a little early to go to my house, and when we got there, we had some lunch, and you know, they're always telling us that it's bad for us not to have lunch, so we actually went and had some lunch, and guess what? We got back, and we had to go to the principal's office. Recall what happened?
Oh, yes, a lot of what happened, actually. Not everything, as most people don't remember exactly everything that happened, unless you have a perfect brain. And in this case, I don't have a perfect. But as it stands, what he wanted us in there for was to tell us that, oh, we were seen down at the pizza place. And
we even told them we were having lunch at my house. Actually, we didn't, but we told them we were having lunch.
Right.
Actually, no, we were just talking.
Yeah. And so I actually told him specifically.
We were talking.
Yeah.
And
so he was talking to us, telling us that this is a closed
we went
campus.
down to my house and all, but all we were doing was talking.
And we were getting some food.
Uh-huh.
And he's specifically telling us that it's a closed campus. Well then, if it's a closed campus school, then why the fuck are you letting us go to band class when it's a closed campus?
Yeah.
Because specifically going to band class is going off campus and going to another campus, which in this case is going from our Christian school to the public middle school.
So this is the deal. It's like, in our town, it's school property if it's the sidewalk, and there was a couple holes and bumps in the sidewalk, so they fixed it. But, 5 feet away, there's a really broken up, cracked road right next to the school, but they won't fix it because it's not school property.
Oh, yeah. So we're walking down the sidewalk one day, and we see this huge chunk of concrete just laying right there by the fence.
And it's like, we should take that. We should see what we can do with it.
Yeah, so first thing we do, and we were walking that day. We didn't have any bicycles or anything. So we picked it up. It was a two-man job, obviously, because it was pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's probably...
it was about the size of my 17-inch laptop.
Actually, probably, that big.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than my 17-inch laptop here.
Yeah.
And so basically, we were packing that up, and we decided to go up the steps that went past the best barn.
And the
work
shed.
Yeah, and the work shed. And basically, the people, there were some people down in the work shed.
Randall.
It was Steven Randall. He's one of the maintenance people out of the school district. He was telling us, "Hey, you didn't drop that. It's not yours." I was about ready to shout up and say,
"It's public property!"
Yeah, you have no reason to touch. You don't own this. You don't own the sidewalk or whatever, because apparently the street is public property, but the sidewalk is school property.
Mm-hmm.
So one more thing to wrap up this video.
This will be one rant that we can both relate to. This happened today. May 27th, 2014.
When we were done with our school chores, yes, we do chores. Don't ask about it.
Private school, you gotta work on it.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Anyway, like I was saying. So basically, when it's time to leave school, it's 2:45. That when we are excused. It was 2:45.
And William had somewhere to go. William's our classmate.
He's one of the students at the school.
Yeah.
So
Pretty
he
cool
had
dude.
some place to go.
He had to be there at that time, and guess what?
It
What'd
was
they
time.
do?
Yeah, it was time to go. And when it's time for us to go, we
Mrs.
usually like.
Birch, our teacher, the one married to the local dentist. So what's she do? She walks to the door, and what does she do? She closes it on us.
Well, actually, what she
closed it on William.
Here, let me explain it a little bit. Actually,
Okay.
So I'm gonna try not to give any epileptic people here any more dizziness problems. Camera.
Why you no work?
Why you no work? That's a definite blooper.
This is a definite blooper. Okay.
Look at my finger.
Don't you love these fingers?
Damn it.
Spooning leads to forking.
Totally spoon that cum out of your ear now. Okay, so as I was saying, because of the fact that the camera decided to goof off, that'll be included in the end of the video if you were interested. So anyway.
Bloopers.
Yes, bloopers are awesome.
Yes.
Anyway, back to my topic. So, Mrs. First closed the door on us. Well, actually, before that...
It was time to go, and we were heading out the door because William and Tessa's another one of our classmates, had somewhere to be at that time.
Next thing you know, William! Get back in the room!
William, Kris, Jordan, get back in the room now!
Yeah, when it was time to go. Even the clock in the room was a minute behind, and apparently...
Actually, it even said 2:45 when we were leaving.
Oh, exactly, right.
And another thing is, you and me had plans, because we were mowing your lawn and we were trying to get...
And we wanted to get this done, too. So.
Yeah, so back to our topic.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like, we were
William, Kris, Jordan, get back in the room!
So it's like, we were forced to go back in the room, and like, we were already out of the room. And it was like, why do we need to go back in there when it's time to go? It's like, what's so important about us having to, not only shake the camera, but to have to go back into the room to have to end up leaving again in less than a minute.
So this is how it works. She sends us back in the room, and she closes the door behind us, right?
And
so William and Tessa have somewhere to be.
And so William manages
and he starts to argue with her. He's like, I gotta be there now, and are you gonna stop me? And he just pulls out the door and leaves. She says, well... Okay,
and then Mrs. Firch threatens to write up William.
But he had somewhere to be. His parents told him to be there, and Tessa's parents told them to follow him. And yet...
Apparently, there's an issue with that leaving at the correct time.
So, which means we can technically write up Mrs. Firch.
Yeah.
And another thing, after you've seen this video, you're just gonna go want to punch a wall.
Oh, definitely, because... You do not want to live the lives that we live.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you should just stay where you are in that house that you're living in right now. Or even if you're living in a sewer or living in hell and watching this video, just stay where you are. And please don't transform into one of us. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay the full price for it. Just don't do it.
And stay in your seats, because there's more coming next week.
With bloopers included. Let's roll the bloopers.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, you just gotta make sure we get
Okay, so you're Jordan Woolery. I'm Christopher Stover. Welcome to Good Idea Vids.
We could probably get that out, yeah. Bloopers. Yeah. Gotta have bloopers.
Welcome to Good Idea Vids, and...
You gotta have, I guess, a Good Idea Videos. Gotta kind of extend that out.
Welcome to Good Idea Videos. We are the hosts. I'm Kris.
Yeah.
I'm Kris.
That just sounds so wrong in so many ways. Anyway, okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and talk about something that just happened recently, too. This is so totally a blooper right now, I kid you not.
Spooning leads to forking!
Woo! Harry Potter, when do you come here? No.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Hi, folks. We're making bloopers. That piece of concrete.
Oh. Get back to work!
Jordan, I can't see your screen.
Kris, turn around
And
do your work!
and shut your mouth.
No, she said shut up.
No, she said shut your mouth.
Bloopers. We got really bored and we couldn't think of anything. Brain food.